A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Thursday, December 14th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. What appears to have been some sort of issue between two boys at Monhegan Middle School in the town of Wallkill resulted in one of the boys stabbing the other Wednesday morning. A second student was injured, according to Superintendent of Schools Amy Creedon. The school was immediately locked down and the suspect was taken into custody. He will be charged with juvenile delinquency and adjudicated by the Orange County Attorney's Office. Both the wounded victim and the suspect are 13 years old. Wallkill Police Chief Robert Hertman says the injured youth was transported to Garnett Health Medical Center and then transferred to Westchester Medical Center with multiple stab wounds to the chest. He's in stable condition, said the chief. Monhegan Middle School is open today with a 3-hour delayed schedule. Creedon says students will have to go through a metal detector when they arrive and no school-issued devices, backpacks, or large bags will be permitted in the building. The Organization for the Many says a landlords group that claims the city of Newburgh has flawed housing vacancy data is incorrect. For the city to declare a housing emergency and enact rent stabilization, its housing vacancy rate must fall under 5%. An in-house study says it has a 4.3% vacancy rate in Newburgh. But Hudson Valley Property Owners Association Executive Director Rich Lanzarone says the city's study is flawed and actually has a vacancy rate of 6.35%. For the Many, Executive Director Jonathan Bix, meanwhile, said on Wednesday that there is no basis for the landlord's study.
The city went through the process, did a neutral study. Anybody can argue, can do their own sort of non-systematic study and say that it proves something. But yeah, I mean, as we've seen in other cities, landlords are just opposed to rent stabilization, most of them, and so yeah, we don't have any credence to the landlord study, and neither does anybody else.
The City Council will now weigh its options and decide if it wants to go forward with the issue. In a party line vote of 221 to 212, House Republicans yesterday passed a resolution to launch a formal impeachment inquiry into the alleged foreign business dealings of the family of President Joe Biden. Congressman Mike Lawler, a Republican, believes the inquiry is warranted. He emphasized that based on the information he has today, he would not vote in favor of impeaching the president, however, plans to follow the facts wherever they may lead. The region's two other representatives split in their vote on impeachment inquiry. Republican Congressman Mark Molinaro voted in favor of the resolution, and Democratic Congressman Pat Ryan voted against it. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
A disturbance at the Colonial Garden Apartments in Kingston resulted in the arrest of a man with an illegally possessed .380 caliber gun. City police responded to a report of a dispute. It was determined the offender, later identified as Zaire Green, was inside an apartment along with a woman and 4 children. Police executed a search warrant and located the loaded weapon, along with ammunition and narcotics. Green was charged with felonies of criminal possession of a weapon and criminal possession of a firearm, as well as misdemeanors of menacing, 2 counts of drug possession, and 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. He was held for arraignment due to his criminal history, police said. In a party line vote of 221 to 212, House Republicans yesterday passed a resolution to launch a formal impeachment inquiry into the alleged foreign business dealings of the family of President Joe Biden. Area Congressman Mike Lawler says that the inquiry is warranted. He emphasized that based on information he has today, he would not vote in favor of impeachment of the president, however, plans to follow the facts wherever they may lead. The region's two other representatives split in their vote. Republican Congressman Mark Molinaro voted in favor of the resolution, and Democratic Congressman Pat Ryan voted against it. Senator Michelle Hinchy's bill requiring a property owner to submit accurate vacancy rate surveys to help municipalities address the housing crisis was signed into law by the governor. The measure specifies that property owners must provide the latest rent and rolls and, if possible, records from the past 3 years upon municipal request and within a time frame designated by the community. Kingston Mayor Stephen Noble says when they conduct their next vacancy study, in his words, this bill will go a long way in helping us to get an accurate account of the current housing situation. What appears to have been some sort of an issue between two boys at Monhegan Middle School in the Middletown School District resulted in one of the boys stabbing the other yesterday morning. A second student was injured, according to Superintendent of Schools Amy Creedon. The school was immediately locked down, the suspect taken into custody. Both the wounded victim and suspect are 13 years old. School is reopening 3 hours late today, and students must go through a metal detector. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.